In this module, we're going to learn how to use our Elementor page builder. If you have followed from the previous module where we install our theme, install the demo, and we're able to format the website by using the advanced WordPress reset plugin to reset the database of the site. In this module, we want to understand how to use our Elementor page builder. So I've put in my username and password. I'll click on login. Now, once you are logged in, you are in the WordPress dashboard. You go to plugins and activate the plugins that you need. So I do no longer need this advanced WordPress reset, so I'll take out the plugin totally from my system. I need my classic editor, I need my Elementor page builder, I need my loginizer, and I might also need my Ocean Extra plugin in the installation if I'll be using my Ocean WP theme. But for now, I will not be using that theme, so I'll just simply go to install and activate the selected plugins. Then I also need my WP forms for my contact form. So I have all this installed. Now, how do I build a page using my Elementor page builder? So the first thing you want to do is click on add a new page. Give the page a title. For example, we can call it home page. Now select the template that you want. It's going to be a full width of Elementor Canva. I won't like to work with full width for this design. Select save as draft. Once you do that, click on edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. Now this will open the what you see is what you get interface, the drag and drop interface of the Elementor page builder for you. So we are in the drag and drop interface of the Elementor page builder. Now for us to work here, we need to understand some basic things. We have this button here that represents a new section, and we have the other button here that represents a template. So it means that if I want to use some predefined template by Elementor, I will click on the add template and I can see template I have saved or template available. So if I click on this template, for example, it is going to put in a page that looks like this for me in few minutes. So I'll just click on insert, and that will help me to add my page to this. But since I don't want to do that because I'm not connecting my Elementor to the Elementor server yet, I will just move on to the next place of using our Elementor template to build directly. So we'll add a new section. Now there are various ways of adding your section. So you can add a full section structure. You can add other option which is divided by 2. As many as you want, depends on what you want to do for your design. So for example, we want to build a basic landing page. So I'll add the first section here. I can make changes to it. So in Elementor, we have the widget settings itself, we have the styling option, and we have the advanced option. These are the three options available for you to work with for every element in Elementor. Unless some elements that are from external plugins, like Elementor has the capacity of bringing in external plugins into this place. Some of the elements might not have the styling functionality. So if Elementor does not have the capacity to style them, this middle option here will not be present. But if it is there, it means that it has the capacity to style it. Let's take an example of our plugin that we install called the WP Forms. So I will just search for it. So you can see here, WP Forms. If I drag these forms here, for example, you can see that it has just content and advanced. So it means that the plugin do not have the capacity to style that form inside of Elementor. So therefore, that styling option will not be there. Unlike other things like an image, you can see the styling option is back there for us. Styling option is back there for us. So let's make do of the first one here. I would like to make it full width. So the beauty of Elementor is that while you're working here, even without saving, you can just click on this hide panel and it gives you a preview of that site without you loading it. So I'll close that. You can see much because it's still blank. So let's put an image in between this section here. So you see it, that's an image. So let's quickly go online and download some images that we can use for our site. We can use some royalty-free image from unsplash.com. So I'll just go to unsplash.com and see if we can get some quick images that we can use for our website design. So we'll just pick something very quick and smooth. This is beautiful. Download the image. Okay, it's downloaded. So I'll just come here, drag and drop inside my website. So if you have the image, you can always get more images if you want from this site. They offer royalty-free images that you can use for various projects, and you can always give reference back to the creator of the image, so you can reference them so that they can also be happy that you're using their resources, and they can see that somebody is saying a thank you to them. It's very good in a creative word for you to do that. So I've put in image that I want. The other one is still uploading. And this is the first one that we initially picked, so I can select the image here. So you can see that I have an image that is showing for me, already looking beautiful. So if I click on this option hide panel, this is what it's going to look like on my website. This is what it's going to look like on my website. So you can see the image here looking beautiful already. Now what if I want to use a slide instead of just an image? What if I want to use a slice of an image? So I can close this and introduce what we call a carousel. I can introduce what we call a carousel. So you can see my image carousel. I drag it inside the section. Then remember I have two images, so I can select the images. I put it here and insert gallery, and that will give me an image carousel. I can customize it to full width, or if I want to have some settings here, how many to show per time, one, and other settings that I desire. So look at the site. It's already looking beautiful. Look at it. Already looking beautiful. Already looking beautiful. Now that's the power of Elementor. So we're going to explore the element one after the other under the Elementor free. The first one here is called the inner section. The inner section. There's sometimes you want to work with a layout divided by 2 or divided by 3, and you want a more complex solution. Let me close this and give a practical example. I had a section, and this section is divided by 3. Nevertheless, inside one of these sections here, I also have an inner section capacity. Let me give an example so you can understand it better. So let's style the first section here with a color so it can be very visible. Now inside each of these, I want to style individual part of that column. So I want to style this one and give it a different color. Maybe color, yes, good. I think I would prefer to use color yellow so it can be very visible. Now, I can have an inner section element in this. So I will introduce an inner section because I want something else here that's divided into 2 or more. Also remember that to resize this, all you have to do is to click and drag, and it will give you the resizing easily. So if I use an inner section in between this part here, I can now have a section divided by 2 again, or even more if I want, by duplicating this option here. So I can put in things in the first part here. I can also put in maybe text in the second part if I want to. Then in the third part, I can also put in some other information that I desire, maybe a button. So that is the function of using your inner section. That is how inner section works. So I'll close this for now. I will move to the next one. The next one is our heading. Remember, in HTML CSS, we say we have H1 to H6. The same thing applies here. So I can drag in my heading. I can put in the text I want. So I can select the type of heading that I want. It's going to be H1, H2, H3, or whatever I want. So I'll select what I want here. Maybe it's an H1 or an H2 or whatever. So can it H6, or I can select the option paragraph. That way I can come here and style it the way I want. For example, I want to change the text color and I want to increase the text size. For example, I can call it 15, or I can use the up and down arrow to increase it or to reduce it as I desire. Then I can change the font style to whatever style that I desire, and you can see it in real time what you're doing. In real time, you can see what you are doing using your Elementor page builder. We'll explore some other widgets now that has to do with Elementor as we move on